So since I wait 2 months to do a monthly favorites video, I thought I would go ahead and combine June and July to make a summer favorites video instead of a July favorites video. Let's begin. The first thing on this list is clothes. For this summer, I've been really liking this blue denim shirt. It's a button-up, like most of my shirts are. It's just a really cool summer shirt I like to wear. I'm wearing this instead because this has been worn too much already in videos, so I like the shirt a lot. It's probably my most worn shirt over the summer. Next on my favorites list is my brand new hat that I'm not wearing. It's this hat that I wore in the room tour video. This hat is dirty. This hat is a regular white Walmart brand hat, and I didn't want it to be all white. So what I did was I took acrylic paint and I painted the bill, and I painted the little spots and the top, whatever you call that. So now I have a yellow hat that I like to wear a lot. And yeah, that is it for my clothing favorites. Now there's several more. Those are my most favorite. Alright, next on the list is music. My music list is pretty big since I'm always finding new music I like and always changing genres of music. Now I do stay within alternative, but it's mainly alternative, and it's a big list for these 2 months. So first on the list for the music section is Billie Eilish and her new EP, Don't Smile at Me. My favorite song on this EP is Copycat. Billie Eilish, man, she is 15 years old and she's a music prodigy. I didn't know that her brother actually produced the music until I did a little bit of research, and whenever I found Copycat. That's a talented family. You need to go listen to her new EP. It's out August 11th, I believe. She's dropping new singles every week. She's really going somewhere. She just announced her new first tour. Like, I'm really happy for her. I also did a portrait of her, yeah, just for practice. Next on the music list is Lorde's new album, Melodrama. Probably the most listened to album this summer. It's amazing. The Lorde Has Saved 2017 is just downright great. And like, I listened to some of Pure Heroine and I could tell there's like a maturity difference. There's a 5-year difference. I mean, come on. Great overall. I really do like her music. Her instrumentals are beyond amazing. Whoever produces with her, that's like the dynamic duo of pop. It's amazing. I have no words for it. I mean, and my most favorite song out of the whole entire album, I love the whole entire album, but my most favorite song is probably the reprise of Liability. That's just, it touches here. I love it. It's just, next is Coast Modern's new album, which is self-titled. I really associate their music with a fun, poppy, it's just fun. It's like music you can dance to. It's very poppy. Not that kind of poppy, but pop-y. My most favorite song out of this album is Guru, but this is the pre-release. Their album comes out this upcoming Friday, so be looking forward to that. I really do recommend listening to their album also. And recently, just maybe 2 days ago, I have discovered Florence and the Machine. I had originally thought whenever I found Florence and the Machine that the Machine was separate and Florence Welch was separate, and they came together, and so it was called Florence and the Machine. No, Florence Welch got her start and made Florence and the Machine. There's no separate band. There was no separate band called the Machine. At least I don't think so. Florence's vocals are amazing. If you know the song Sweet Nothing by Calvin Harris featuring Florence Welch, you know, like, but she is an amazing vocalist. Their music makes you have chills. Her music just is like their music. I need to say their music. Their, correct pronoun, Mason. Their music is just very feel-good music. You can dance to it. You just want to sit in a car and belt out those notes just as you're driving down the highway and like sitting there reenacting like the music video and the dances. Oh man, I love their music so much. They're right up close to Lorde and Melodrama. My favorite songs from Florence and Machine are Dog Days Are Over, No Light, No Light, The Queen of Peace, and The Third Eye. Next is my lifestyle favorites. My last favorites video I mentioned, which was my May favorites, that I favorited hiking. Well, this past Sunday I went to Gatlinburg and hiked about 8 miles. So I'm going to put that as a favorite for the whole entire summer because I had hiked a lot. I just like hiking. I just like to see the scenery, but it is very hot. It's very tiring. You have to get used to it. My next lifestyle favorite is walking on the beach. If you keep up with my videos regularly, you would know that for the whole month of June, I was staying in Charleston, South Carolina, going to the beach fairly often. For the 4th of July, I went to a beach and it was maybe 9 o'clock at night. It was dark out and I just walked the beach. It was very fun. It's very relaxing too. Eating sushi. While I was in South Carolina, I was also deprived of sushi. And I came home and I was like, I gotta go get sushi, I gotta go eat sushi. So my favorite thing ever is eating sushi. Oh man, and my favorite rolls are a fried shrimp roll or a California roll. I do not like sashimi. I just don't like sashimi. And then I have a Netflix show that I've really been watching lately. It's called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It's a very fun show to watch, but it's fun because it's stupid. About a girl who's in a cult. She really got dragged into it, and she's in an underground bunker and for several years believed that the apocalypse had happened. They're staying underground, but whenever she gets out, it's 2015, it's a whole world and the apocalypse hadn't happened. But it's very funny. It's about her transition going from the 1980s lifestyle and her kid. She never really matured. And then all of a sudden being in a world where she's 30 and it's all modern. She doesn't even know how to use a cell phone. So it's very funny. I really do recommend it. Also in May, I mentioned Cat Creature. I'm also going to list her on this favorites video because I really got into her after that last favorites video. I love her videos and her vlogs because I'm going to college soon. I'm going to be a junior this year, and it's the upcoming fact of me having to go to college, and her vlogs are in college. And it kind of gives me a sense of what it's going to be like because she's going for an art major. She's going to textiles. I think it's textile design. Yes, she's going for textile design and I'm going for animation, but it's not the same thing, but it's still an art school. I get to see what living in a dorm is like. Now here are some miscellaneous favorites that don't really fit into a category, or they're just objects that I like. The first one is my new typewriter. It's not new, but it's new to me. I was in Charleston going on a Goodwill run. A Goodwill run for me is going to 5 to 10 Goodwills all around in the city. So we went on a Goodwill run and I ran across a typewriter, a functioning typewriter. A tip for wanting to know if something works in Goodwill, they usually have sockets behind the shelves on the wall. So what I did was, it's like a no back shelf. And so what I did was I kind of like carried the typewriter over there, plugged it up like it was already on the shelf, and I turned it on and it worked. I love it. It's great for like finalizing songs. You can type songs on it, put it in your journal. They do still make ribbons for this typewriter. My most favorite thing about it is that it has a correction feature. It's like whiteout on your typewriter. You can backspace and then white it out and then correct yourself. It's not an original typewriter like an old-timey one, but it's a typewriter. I like it. Still has the style. Now this really doesn't fit in again, like I had said, but my new painted room, I'm in love with it. Definitely a favorite. I'm glad I did it. I was second guessing myself, but I'm super glad I did it. It's just brighter and more happier in here. Also, if you have a dark room and it seems small, paint it a bright color. My room feels like it's so much bigger now because it's brighter and white. It's like an optical illusion. Another one of my favorites that it's a craft, it is my EL wire neon sign that says sleep. I love this thing. I like to turn it on whenever I'm sleeping. I featured this in my room tour video, but I just like it. I mean, why would I not like it if I made it? I mean, I struggled a lot with it whenever I was making it. I had to have help. So if you want to make one of these, you need help. So this summer I started getting succulents. This one is new. He is big and he's growing a lot. Succulents need about an hour of direct sunlight each day. The rest of the day they don't need direct sunlight, they just need like offset sunlight. What does that mean? They brighten the room, they give the room life. But my thing is, my window is blocked by trees outside, so it's not that sunny, but they do get that right amount of sunlight in the mornings. But I like taking care of them. I do have baby succulents growing right now. So that is it for this summer favorites video. Like this video if you like some of the things I favorited this 2 months. In the comments below, tell me some of your favorites. And lastly, but certainly not least, subscribe. I make new videos every Tuesday and they go up at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So be looking for my videos and I will see you guys later.